And now, as we close, man's best friend has somehow become even more indispensable over the months of the pandemic, and nowhere more so than Britain. People have gone dog mad, but as our own mad dog and Englishman Malcolm Brabant reports, canine care during COVID comes with more than a few complexities.
This is Betty controlling her human with the assuredness that dogs rule the world. That's certainly true in Britain, where, during lockdown, puppy prices have soared.
I think very few winners in the pandemic, but the dog has... We've all remembered how marvellous dogs are. Dogs became the must-have thing after the toilet roll.
Beverly Cuddy is Britain's preeminent news hound, the canine Cronkite, who shares some characteristics with Betty.
Well, she doesn't shut up. So I think we've got a lot in common.
Dogs' unconditional love has spawned profiteering and worse.
I've never experienced anything quite so mad. People were outbidding each other for that last puppy, and people were selling dogs that didn't exist.
Yeah, come here.
But there's a flip side, a major spike in dog napping, 65% up on last year. This is Honey, stolen 2 months ago. The poster sends a clear message to the dog nappers. A deal can be done. Owner Cynthia Gardner.
We don't want to know who you are or your name or anything. Please do the right thing. You can.
Going for a simple walk is no longer safe. Owners are being monitored by crooks waiting for a chance to grab Mr. Fourlegs.
It's easy money. We believe that it's organised crime. There is a small percentage that's opportunist crime, but we believe that these have been stolen to order.
Wayne May is a pet detective working for a non-profit called Dog Lost. He specialises in reuniting stolen animals with their owners.
In some cases, we've had to buy the dogs back. People are paying £5,000 to get their dogs back.
But if you're paying to get your dog back, aren't you actually encouraging the crime? Because as far as the dog nappers are concerned, it proves that crime pays.
Yes, you are. I totally agree. My own personal views is that you should offer a finder's fee rather than a reward. However, it is down to the individual dog owner how they wish to pursue.
Celeste, the champion beagle, was once taken hostage and was only released after Sally Kimber paid a substantial ransom.
In a way, I don't agree with it, but when it's your dog and you want it back, what else can you do?
The Dognoscenti believe canine crime laws are toothless. Beverly Cuddy wants tougher legislation with jail time for dog nappers.
Because the law just, in this country, sees dogs as just chattel. It was like having your phone stolen, and nobody cares if you've had your phone stolen. But when it's a member of your family, because that's how we regard dogs now. They've got human names. They used to be called Spot and Fido, and maybe they lived in a shed. Now they're on the sofa, they're on the bed.
Bedtime. It's a major issue for Hallie and her human, Paul Phillips. For years, Hallie always slept alone downstairs, while Phillips slept upstairs, but then...
Since lockdown, she's had me around 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And latterly has developed what appears to be this fear of being separated. For a week, she was up all night, showing signs of severe anxiety, panting, scratching the floor.
The solution? Abject surrender.
In order to get a whole night's sleep, I've had to give in to her and let her sleep next to me every single night, which my partner is not over the moon about.
The condition is known as separation anxiety. As a result of months of being isolated with their owners, there's a pandemic.
We have a real fear that separation anxiety cases are going to explode once we start to come out of lockdown and things go back to normal.
Sue Ketland is a behaviour specialist with Wood Green, a leading animal non-profit.
The dog is really panicking when left home alone, so it is something to be taken very seriously.
Uh-oh. This is Loki, our golden retriever, complaining after my wife and I left the house.
What are you trying to bite my hair for?
Loki is a typical lockdown puppy. We paid top dollar 7 months ago and haven't once left him alone. He had an idyllic lockdown, but in common with so many new owners, we've become his prisoners and need to make some changes.
Just a stick, just please.
It's late to wean Loki off his dependency, but the behaviourist thinks it's possible.
That's a good boy. Just sit, Loki, sit.
The sad fact is that if you have a dog with an established attachment disorder, you have to be at home in order to get through a behaviour modification programme. If you only discover it once you're out to work for 8-9 hours a day, then it becomes almost impossible to rectify.
But going for a communal dip seems to help conquer some lockdown nerves. Jo Allen runs Canine Dip and Dive.
A lot of puppies that have been bought in lockdown haven't been socialised, but now they're beginning to come here. You can see the difference as the session goes on.
But dog spas are rare and can be pricey. Come on. So in this turbulent new COVID world of dog nappers and canine anxiety, the best that we new puppy parents can do is to be super vigilant, but also to try to reverse some of the psychological damage that we and lockdown have inadvertently caused. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Malcolm Brabant in Brighton.
Well, you know what they say, a man's best friend and a woman's. Malcolm Brabant, we thank you.